Welcome back. You're still tuned into Our City. Before the break, we did a roundup of today's news and social media. Now we'll be taking a look at Cape Town residents' issue with the City of Cape Town's new electricity tariffs. Last year, Tafelsig resident Natasha Selborn Gister started a Facebook group called Electricity Tariffs Must Fall in response to rising electricity prices. The Facebook group has since grown to over 11,000 members. In March this year, the city's draft budget for 2017 or 2018 was presented by council and released for public comment. Notable changes were made to the electricity tariff structure, which included moving residents whose houses are valued at over 400,000 rand off the lifeline tariff, regardless of their consumption. In the past, any residents who had a prepaid meter and used less than 450 kilowatt-hour units could qualify for subsidized electricity to encourage people to save. But last year, the city implemented additional qualifying criteria to limit the subsidies of poor and vulnerable citizens. One of those criteria was property valuation, with the latest stipulation being that residents whose properties are valued at over 400,000 rand will not qualify for subsidized electricity. Our city spoke to members of the Electricity Tariffs Must Fall movement to hear how this affects them. Let's take a look.
I started this group because the people is really suffering with regards to the electricity, and the city has implemented changes that the people cannot afford. The first change being that the value of your house determines the amount of electricity bought and spent. For example, if your house value is 400,000 and above, you are now automatically on the highest tariff possible, which the normal household cannot afford, and it causes suffering. And in order to survive with electricity, the need for food and stuff is being set back because they have to have money in order to be able to have electricity. The fact is also that the free electricity that was given to the pensioners and the people that can afford to be on the least tariff, the free units has been taken away. And also, say for example, you've paid for this month 200 rand for your electricity, and then next month all of a sudden you're paying 1,000 rand. Why? You're in shock because the city hasn't informed you about any changes. It was just enforced upon the people, and obviously there's a huge difference concerning money, and that is also causing the suffering. They just implement things on the people, they don't inform the people. So taking away that free units without consultation, increasing the limit to 100% without consultation, that is huge strain on the people, especially the pensioners. The city also tells us that the pensioners is not affected, but the pensioners are affected. They argue with us that this is what they do and that is what they do, but their arguments doesn't agree with the things that people are going through. And we are the people living in the homes, and we are the consumers. We are the people affected by these things. So how can you tell us what we are paying and what we are experiencing? Two whole different stories coming from the city, and the city is supposed to work for us. We're not supposed to work for the city.
My naam is Jeanette, ek is van Kalksteenfontein. I got a serious problem. I'm a widower. The city of Cape Town said that I've tampered with the light. That I must buy electricity every day, 50 rand, 40 rand, 50 rand, 40 rand. And if you calculate that, that is almost more than your pension that you are getting. I can't go to the shop to buy food. I can't go to the shop to buy shoes. I must just keep my money to buy electricity. If the city is saying that I've tempered, they are using a very nice word. They can say that I've steal electricity. I've never, ever steal electricity. I'm not an electrician. I don't have a husband, so who did temper with electric? The people that have tempered with electric is their own electricity. People that came to fix my thing and never properly fix it. Now I must pay for the city. And as was said, the city doesn't work for us. How can I owe the city 21,000 for electricity, calculating from 2011 to 2014? My husband have risen from the death, from the grave, to come and temper with the city's electricity so that I can pay after he went back to the grave.
I'm Denver. I'm from Stramontein. My issue with the city is that their response is that they increased our electricity by 3%. I don't know what kind of math they use, because my maths works according to my budget. So if I have been spending 450 Rand a month to stay under the 600 kilowatt units, not to be pushed over to the next bracket, which is more expensive. So when I use my budget, I use 450 Rand to buy 600 kilowatts of electricity. For the last 2 months now, it's been closer to 900. So that doesn't sound like 3% to me, you know. I'm using my my budget, and how I work at my budget is the maths that I apply to my budget is to make my budget work. And the city comes with a 3% increase. I doubt that very much, very much. 3%, and it's closer to 70% or even 90% if you work it out. So, and you know, the thing is that I'm listening to these people here, the pensioners. I'm in the fortunate position where I have a job. These pensioners depend on the 1,600 Rand a month. Sure, that seems heartless to me. Heartless, really. I mean, to me it seems as if the city is quite content to just push us deeper into poverty. What is it that they want? For us to not have electricity is not a luxury. It's a basic need, you know. So and they're not a business that they should generate profit. They are here because we put them there, you know. We put them there, and they want to come and do this to us now. They must remember, 2019 is upon them. What they're doing to us now, we won't forget this. Come 2019, we're not going to forget this, you know. So you're going to need to deal with this issue or suffer the consequences, because believe me, this crowd that is here, this little people that is here, they know about their Facebook page. They know how much support followers there are, and we're going to take it even further. We're going to go to those people that aren't on Facebook with our petitions. We're going to make it known, and we're going to let them know what the political party that is associated to the city of Cape Town. We're going to make it known that they don't work for us. That slogan, we work for them. That slogan they should change. Really, they should change it.
Ek is een van Athlone area. Ek wil niet uitbrei van die nuwe boksies wat hulle nou recently ingesit vir ons ingesit het. Ek was nooit op high consumption gewees nie, maar nou R250 per die maand was my electricity. Skielik R500 per die maand verbruik ek nou vir electricity. En as jou electricity box uithardloop sonder krag, dan moet so gou as moontlik moet jy insit die electricity. En dan is dit op 2 units of 1 unit is, dan slaan jou krag af. En anders het afslaan, daar was nou hoeveel mense wat 3 dae sonder krag gesit het deur die nuwe boksies. En dan moet jy kry 'n reference nommer, jy found die electricity, wherever jy found electricity department, hulle kom nie onmiddellik kom hulle uit nie. Baie mense met Labarang Gaji het gesit, Labarang gesit, tot op 3-4 dae sonder sonnekrag. Found die electricity mense, hulle kom nie uit nie 2-3 dae, hulle kom uit. Nou koop jy die R50 se krag waar jy 26 units kry. Kom sit hulle jou krag aan, jou reference nommer, dan kom punch hulle die code, whatever code hulle by die kragboksie in punch, kom punch hulle in. Die dag moet jy weer 'n R50 se krag koop, waar jy 26 units van kry. En die next oggend, met sê die R100 se krag wat jy koop vir die dag, dan die next oggend, dan sit jy weer met 'n 15 units. Nou wil ek weet, wantoe het die units gegaan gedurende die nag, gedurende die aand. Vir R100 se units wat jy koop, vir vandag. En hoekom het hulle die nuwe boksies ingesit? Laat die nou moet gebeur, jy moet electric department moet jy bel, hulle kom nie onmiddellik uit die dag of 2, 3, hulle kom uit, nou sit jy so in die donkerte, sonnekrag. I mean, what's happening with that new electricity box? Why did they put it in the first place for the people? That is what I want to know. En baie van die ou mense wat nie kan krag, soos jy nou al self gehoor het al, die pensioners, hulle kan nie elke dag R10, R20 se krag koop nie. Meeste van die tyd sit hulle in donkerte. En grootliks nou, deur die nuwe boksies wat hulle nou ingesit het. Nou, ons wil net weet, wat gebeur nou daar met die nuwe boksies. Dit is al wat ek nou kan. Baie dankie.
Goeiemôre, ek is by Yasa Moudin, 25 Opperskop, Tafelsig. Elke oggend koop ek 'n R10 se lig en in die middag weer R10 se lig. En die aand as ek vir die kinders as die lig nie, dan sê gee altyd ek moet brood koop vir julle, dan slaap ons in die donker. Dan sê ek ons kan nie Japie môre moet ek weer kyk, dan moet ek weer koop R20 se en die aand weer R10 se, dan gaan ons maar weer aan. Ek weet nie wanneer gaan dit op 'n einde kom nie, maar ek is 'n pensioner en ek kry baie swaar. Ek het 5 kleinkinders in my huis. En as middag gaan hulle slim maar donker, as ek ons slaap aan die donker. Dan is jy aan die uitweg, want as jy weggehaald nie. Julle moet mos eet. Dat is wat ek vir hulle sê, julle paar weekie, julle ma weekie, ek is 'n pensioner, ek moet sorg dat die lig brand elke dag en ek kan nie meer nie. So ons moet maar net so aangaan tot die government eendag vir ons die side, hy gaan vir ons die lig weer meer maak. Dat is al wat ek kan sê.
I think the biggest issue at the moment is when it comes to the last week of the month. Units has been flying off the hook. Where you normally maybe use 10 units per day, it will come to about 20 to 30 units for a day. Especially our pensioners. Our pensioners need to buy R50 per day light. And every day R50 to spend on pension money is not worth it. They earn 1.5 a month. So at the end of the day, when it comes to the 1.6 a month, excuse me. So when it comes to the end of the month, when they need to purchase R50. If I'm a single mom, so for me struggling to buy for the last week of the month another R50 every day, what must our pensioners not do? I mean, seriously, they need to implement when they increase the price hike of the units 1st of July. They need to increase the usage as well to it's $3.50 per month at the moment. So with the price increase, yearly they should implement increasing that also maybe to 500. So and maybe that our people can survive. Not only us, but for our pensioners, because a lot of these pensioners got grandkids that they need to see to. And why should we go back to our stone ages where we have the Prima stove, the gas stoves, and the lamp lights? Why or should we go back to the old age where our forefathers was? This is a new era, 20th century. We need to move forward in this lifetime. Our people cannot move forward with these excruciating prices that we are paying at this moment. I am speaking on behalf of all our people, present and not present. Seriously, this structure needs to be taken into consideration to offer our people a living conditions, whether it's electricity, healthcare, transportation. Basic right is our basic needs. We fought for this. We need to get this.
Welcome back. You're still tuned into Our City. We're looking into the City of Cape Town's new electricity tariffs and how this affects people in their homes. On the 3rd of August this year, the city released a statement by MACO member for Finance, Councillor Johan van der Merwe, who said there was much misinformation about electricity tariff increases at the moment, but residents say that the city's version of the increases differs to what they are experiencing. This is all we have time for this evening. In the meantime, let's keep the conversation going on our social media platforms. Tweet us your electricity tariff stories on @OurCityCity or find us on Our City City on Facebook. I'm Babalo Kuma. Good night.
The moment I started, at the beginning, my bill would be about 350 to 400 a month. So now it's between 750 to 800, which is double the amount. As a single parent, that is like terrible. The tariff thing started for me about 2 years ago already. It's just now that people are taking note. These people haven't been really taking note, but it's been going for longer than now. It's the only thing why it's happening now. It's because more people is being affected. And the value of the house, the people is only taking note now. So this thing has been coming on for a long time now.
Effectively from the 1st of October, my 250 Rand to 300 Rand budget for electricity suddenly became 600 Rand. So that's more than a 50, in my estimation, it's about 60% increase for the same electricity that I've been using. Now, I don't own property. I'm not in a position, the income I generate doesn't give me the luxury of either renting a property or buying a property. And so I have tried to communicate with the City of Cape Town through various means. Either it was through quite a couple of emails. I've also been to my local municipality, tried to get some answers and somebody to help me, and I haven't even received an acknowledgement from the City of Cape Town that they've received my emails. The person whose house it is that I'm staying in graciously is letting me basically stay there. Otherwise, I would be out in the streets. That person, I was told, because he owns more than one property, doesn't qualify for any rebates. So he, as a wealthy property owner, is the reason why I am basically being penalized and having to pay higher electricity. So there's no, to me it doesn't make sense. The city tells us that they want the poorer or the lower classes of income generating people to profit or to be in a better position. But I'm in a better position because the person that in my property the owner of my property is wealthy. So that doesn't really make sense to me. It doesn't help me. It doesn't make sense to me, and I don't know where to turn to because I'm not getting answers. And I can't understand how the City of Cape Town can't determine or decide. Listen, we're going to structure your tariff based on your income, because we all have SARS knows our income. You have your